Welcome to Survivor Stories Saturdays on Now TV. This is where survivors share their truth, raw, unfiltered, and real. Every story you hear is more than memory. It's a lesson, a warning, and a beacon of hope for those still finding their way out of the fog. The mission of the Now movement is simple: to break the silence, to expose the red flags, and to remind every survivor that healing is not only possible, it's powerful. Because when one of us speaks, others find the courage to step into freedom. This is Survivor Stories Saturdays. Stay powerful.
Hi, everyone. My name is Haaj, and I have been a survivor now of some narcissistic abuse for the past 1.5 years almost. It started in November of 2023 when an individual approached me. And so I was under the assumption that this person genuinely liked me. In hindsight, I believe that they truly did like me at some points, but I think at the same time there was a secret motive of wanting the supply and wanting something to fill that empty void in their hearts. I was truly having feeling for this person. It started off wonderful, about a month or so of just the usual butterflies and such. And then about a month in, maybe a month and a half in, I started noticing that this person was beginning to lie to me, beginning to hide things from me. And evidently I did find the truth. I found out a lot of the truths because people around that person's circle would say things, and I didn't want to confront the person. I figured it's not something that's worth confronting, whatever. But it continued to happen. Around January was when I had a very bad panic attack or something like that. I ended up going to the hospital. They took every single test on me. They said it's nothing mental, it's nothing neurological, could have been a panic attack you've had, it could have been something. That kind of opened my eyes that something was going on, because at that point this person was very they were very paranoid about being involved with me. And I had always said that I'm not going to say anything. This is just something. It was more like a little fling type of thing at that point. It wasn't anything very serious. We never established anything serious. But they would always manipulate me and gaslight me. And every single time they would make these assumptions, and I kept saying that it's not true. For example, they'd say people are approaching me. In my mind, when someone says people are approaching you, I can see a group of maybe 3 or 4 or 5. In this person's case, it was one person. So rather than saying a person, this person would twist some words around to make me feel very guilty and give a false admission to something that's not true. So someone confronted this individual because I had to speak to them on behalf of my mental health. They were extremely concerned, and they said, God forbid something happens to you at work, I need to know, because I'm your advocate. I'm here to protect you. If let's say you have a leave at the job or something. And that person confronted my narcissist, and the narcissist was backed away a little bit, was a little scared, because now the truth was the mask was falling off, and this person was able to see who they would truly were. So they started to be a little nicer to me. Again, more lies and such happened, and I think this is over a period of now a year, and by August of last year, I truly knew that I was being emotionally abused. That's when I was like, now I know you're a narcissist, because You're not taking anything of my feelings into consideration. It's whatever fits your needs. You don't care about me. You're always making up these drastic lies about me. So you're just not a good person, period. The pain did hurt, though. It really did hurt. At a time in March, I was March or April. I'm trying to think when spring break was. I believe middle of April or so. So spring break of last year, I was in Ireland on a solo trip, and I just had this dread feeling. All of a sudden, on the first day, I just felt worthless. I felt like I don't belong here anymore because of the way this narcissist made me feel. All these lies, and oh, you're saying this about me, oh, you're making up lies about me. And none of that was true, but I just it made me have this thought in the back of my head, like, did I say something? Like, maybe I slipped and I accidentally said something and someone caught on. It was never the case, but that's what gaslighting does to you. And so I was at the point of wanting to commit suicide in Ireland by myself in a new country. I dialed 988, and I had told them my situation, and they were like a godsend to me. They said they're not disconnecting this conversation until they know I'm safe. And I was supposed to meet a friend over there. I met the friend, and they said, as long as we know that you are indeed safe, we can disconnect the call. That was when I realized I need real help. I got a therapist right away. We started speaking more. I got a psychiatrist, and they evaluated me, and they had said, you have situational depression, which is, this was the situation, and you're being depressed because you're being manipulated. You're being gaslit. You're holding on to an idea of someone that's not real anymore. And all of the things that they did made me feel so low. So I was prescribed on Lexapro, which is an antidepressant. I had been taking it, which really did help a lot. But just that thought of wanting to die was never something I ever thought of doing until I met this person. I've never felt worthless. I've never felt unloved until I met this person. And it hurts because you wonder to yourself all the time, and you wonder, am I really that bad? Am I really unloved? Am I really unimportant to someone? Or just this person? Or maybe maybe it's true. Maybe I am this way, because if I looked at the patterns, I could see anytime I was dating, it always ended up the same way. So I wondered if I was the problem. But the medication helped, and that was kind of like the start of my healing journey. I had a friend at work who said to me, I don't know what you're going through, and I don't need to know the details, but I feel you need to start working out. Like, the endorphins being released will help you so much. And she said that at her gym she has boxing. Try boxing. Whatever sadness, whatever thoughts that are coming, fight them by physically hitting a punching bag. And so I took her suggestion. There was the gym that she went to, the boxing trainer was offering one complimentary free lesson, and then you decide whether you want to continue and have a membership with him. So I said, okay, worst case scenario, I try one free session. I have nothing to lose. If I don't like it, I just won't do it again. I took the lesson, and I've been taking boxing for the past year now. It's taught me a lot. It's taught me to think on my feet. It taught me to fight back. Even if it has to be verbally, it just taught me that don't take things lying down anymore. You need to learn to fight. It's a game of surviving now. So I have my group of friends. I am working out, which is I'm taking my medication. Ooh, I'm taking my medication. I'm still seeing therapy. You know, it's still a slow progress, but I think my biggest eye-opener was in March. Someone from my past reached out to me. There was some unfinished business that we had, just some closure, some unanswered questions that we had from like 14 years ago or so. And so it finally was over. You know, we had a very civil conversation, and the narcissist found out, and they found out because they had flying monkeys. Someone assumed that what I was saying on my Instagram, because I had made a post about it, this person assumed that I was talking about them, which I wasn't. And so the narcissist was like, don't ever speak to me again. Leave me alone. And I've done that. I respect boundaries. I'm the type of person where if you ask me to stop, I'll stop. If you ask me not to do something, I won't do it anymore. But it was March of this year, so 3 months ago, I got to see that this person truly is a hurtful person. I mean, I know in the past I saw that they were narcissists and they didn't care. It really opened my eyes knowing that you would send me a message the day before my birthday and pick a fight with me. You could have waited enough to do this, but the fact that you knew that my birthday was within 24 hours, you chose to take that excitement away from me when you knew the year before was the worst year of my life. And unfortunately, I let them take that power because the day of my birthday, I was miserable. Everyone at work saw I was crying. I came home, I didn't even do anything. I just said hello to my family and went straight. I wanted to do nothing. This was my day and they took it away from me. That's what bothers me so much to this day. But I've respected their boundaries. I've backed away. Do I feel bad about the post? Absolutely not. I have the right to say whatever I want to say. No names were mentioned. They don't know who it was about. And I even said that it's not about you. But knowing that I can finally take my power back, just having that sigh of relief, that weight off my shoulders, feels so much better. I mean, I do see this person from time to time, very, very rarely. But when I do see them, I don't have that fear anymore. I don't have that guilt or anything. It's more of you're just another person, like the millions of others in this town, in this city. So, it's a shame that the next person is going to have to go through what I went through, and I wish there was a way to save them. But unfortunately, at that point, when they're so engulfed in their love bombing, nothing is going to save them until they experience it themselves. And it sucks that it has to be that way, but I believe in karma. I believe that someday this person will get what's coming to them. Whether it's in a month, in a year, in 10 years, it'll happen. And all I can do now is just keep on living, try to be the good person that I'm trying to be. That maybe I was after all. I try to just be a good person, pay it forward. I've been doing that a lot. Slowly rebuild my life again. Just try to be happy again. So, I know there's a lot of people who go through what I go through. And I know a lot of them are like, is this ever going to end? The only way it'll end is if you take that first step and you remove yourself.
This has been Survivor Stories Saturdays on Now TV. Every voice we share breaks another chain and lights another path forward. If you're ready to take your next step, the N.O.W. Healing Library is free and waiting for you at thechurchofrealtalk.com. Join us next week for another story of survival, strength, and freedom. Until then, stay powerful.